Hey everybody, Wanna Wisdom here. It is 1:45 a.m. Monday, October 14th, 2013. Probably everyone that is watching this least favorite day of the year. I say that because yesterday, probably everyone picked up Skylanders Swap Force. And the cruel irony is after you ran from store to store frantically looking for all the, exclusives to the store, picking up the characters you want, taking advantage of all your pre-orders, planning everything out perfectly, ultimate slap in the face is you can only play so long and then you have to go back to work on Monday. I'm sure a lot of people are going to call in sick today. Probably a lot of kids are going to be under the weather. I heard there was a stomach bug going around, if it's any consolation to anyone. But I've got a crud ton of unboxings to do. I just shot a video. I actually had to do it down on the floor, if anyone remembers when I picked up Insanity a while back. It's a long time ago now. I got a really nice Altus mat. That thing's held up incredibly well, and you can kind of check up on its status. In that video, I just kind of showcased my day one launch day haul. People seem to get into that. What I'm going to do right now, I just kind of had to hodgepodge this together for you. Chase McCain is hidden. You can probably see him. Just kind of spice it up a little bit. You see a couple new additions here. Again, I can't by any means begin to attempt to fit them all right now. Gonna start the unboxings. The issue on my end, the internet is crawling. It's a horrible experience, particularly given all the epic fun time stuff we have to do here. But what we're going to do is unbox Enchanted Hoot Loop. Said I was going to do the Dark Edition starter pack first. I actually meant this because we just unboxed Hoot Loop from Activision. That was one that I got several done. I got them packaged back, but he was the one that the packaging kind of tore on me, so picked up another one, and for good reason. But Enchanted Hoot Loop is exclusive to Walmart. Could be a good thing, and you got him at midnight. If your stores are like mine, you might have not gotten him at all. It took me probably cumulatively, I'd say about 2 hours out of this day was spent trying to get Enchanted Hoot Loop. And it mainly had to do with these stores being mismanaged and employing people that don't do their job, and a whole host of other things. When someone that's an enthusiast has to come in and break the news to you that the launch day is actually Sunday and not Tuesday, and that all the other stores in town are making a killing selling Swap Force on launch day while you've been sitting around getting Christmas out, it's a bit of a bad sign. Sadly, I predicted this would happen. I predict these things because I've dealt with this store before. I gripe about Walmart a lot. I don't really have a problem with their policies. I don't mind that they're cheaper than everywhere else. That's actually a good thing. I just don't like going there because it's always crowded. That's why I shop at grocery stores and Target. That's why I prefer, the low traffic GameStop. I just don't like dealing with crowds. It's compounded when you have to deal with crowds and you have to deal with people that don't really want to do their job. From time to time, this varies employee to employee, but you'll sometimes have someone that'll, even if they don't know anything about Swap Force, they will do their best. They're genuinely nice. They genuinely attempt to help you. Can't fault those people. Rarely you'll find someone that is gun-ho and eats this up, and in that case they're probably pulling variants out of the boxes before they hit the shelf. But they're gonna sit there, have conversations with you. If you get to know them real well, they'll kind of give you a heads up when they think stuff's coming in, offer to hold it for you, if you have to work or something. But usually what happens is you get someone that just really doesn't want to be there doing their job, and sometimes they don't do their job, and you run into issues like I did. It really does. It comes down to management, regions, individual employees, the people that they have. To their credit, they have, vendors that are supposed to set up displays. And they're kind of tailored. They don't make the person that does, like the electronic stuff actually have to go in and then, set up the, mayonnaise section. So it should be somewhat specialized, which allows you to do what you do well. Or that is, in effect, the theory. Sometimes that doesn't happen. I predicted it would happen here. I was correct. Sadly, when I was ranting on Twitter about it, I've had about 5 or 6 people tell me that their stores did the same thing, and they don't live anywhere near me, so it was not an isolated incident. That said, once you get Enchanted Hoot Loop, you're fine and well. I just hope you didn't have to go through what I did. First store claims that they don't have anything. I'm like, what are you talking about? You've got these little boxes, the banners here, but it's all giant stuff. Game came out. I know you couldn't have sold out everything. I don't really know. And so it's like, okay, do you think you maybe have like some end caps or a display up front maybe? I don't know. So I go to the front, and there's nothing but a lot of people that don't seem to want to be in Walmart, yet they're there anyway. Finally, I found someone in a blue button-up shirt. That's usually signed their manager. And guy said, no, that comes out Tuesday. And I said, no, it's today. And finally, I guess he believed me. And basically what got his attention is when I said I just came from GameStop and I purchased some items there and I can't buy anything from you because it's not here. He said he checked with someone and he got back and he was like, you are so right. He set me up with another manager, I guess it runs electronics. Went back there about 30 minutes later. That manager and 2 employees surfaced and they had two PS3 starter packs and 3DS starter packs, and they claimed that was it. And they said, this isn't what you want. And I said, no, I was looking for a singular character. I said, it's actually your store exclusive. I don't know, it might say that on the box or something. Sadly, they didn't let me go back there. I don't know if they were really looking when they were back there, but, I guess they put forth some effort. Long story short, they came back after about 15 more minutes and said that was all they had, couldn't find anything. Then the manager surfaced again, and she said that they just simply didn't get the shipment. They had nothing. And that's contradicting with what her employees just brought out, which was a few starter packs. So at that point in time, I realized I had blown about an hour of my life. I went to another store, and I got the same setup. Instead of me trying to track down a manager there, I just decided it would be more time efficient to go to store number 3. That's what I did. Luckily, they had Swap Force stuff out. It was a center aisle display, which is easy to get your attention. Sadly, no Enchanted Hoot Loop. I caught another employee who was putting Christmas stuff up, and I don't know what the deal is with that. It hasn't been Halloween yet. But you would think if people are getting Christmas up, 2 months in advance, we shouldn't have any problem with Swap Force, but that's clearly not the case. I alluded to this before. Again, I told you, there's been times they don't have the displays up for days. They do this all the time with the new game releases, even when they are on a Tuesday. They don't have them out. CDs. I really don't think all the Walmarts in the world are like that. The ones where I live are, and it's a pattern that I've seen over 20 plus years that I've been on this earth. The reason I tell you this, like I said, I've already got about 12, 15 people that have told me the same thing happened. I think there were like 2 on Twitter, 4 via email, a couple of DMs. I feel like it was at least over 12. But the bottom line is I'm telling you this because if you've had this happen, I genuinely feel for you. You might have had an issue at Toys R Us or Target or somewhere. Everyone knows how into this stuff I am. Same things you have to go through, they happen to me, so I definitely can relate to you. That said, it does not take away from Enchanted Hoot Loop. The third store said they had him behind the counter. The guy didn't know that he had him behind the counter, and then I saw the box. And on the box, it was labeled Enchanted Hoot Loop. This was printed black ink, it wasn't a label. And, he said that he was sorry, and that he didn't get the display set up until about 2 o'clock. So, where some of you were picking things up from your Walmart at midnight, my third store set things up at 2 p.m., and the first 2 claim that they don't have anything, and I know that they do, because they're literally a few miles away from the other stores. So hopefully if you've got a Walmart with good employees, or you've got a GameStop, Best Buy, whatever you like, if there's good employees, shop there. Let them know you appreciate them. It's really hard to find people that will genuinely help you, let alone be knowledgeable. Like I said, I understand not knowing every facet and detail, but just the genuine effort to help the customer is very much appreciated by myself. That said, now that we've wasted 10 minutes now trying to keep these shorter, Enchanted Hoot Loop, I'm excited about this. If the internet starts working, this video right here, unboxing Hoot Loop. It has been uploading for close to a day. I kid you not, it hasn't failed. It hadn't told me anything about that. It's still in progress. The time frame actually does drop, but it's been over 20 hours, and it's pretty ridiculous. But Enchanted Hoot Loop, for better or worse, only at Walmart. The good news, if they do get him out, maybe Tuesday or Thursday of this week, we'll give them 2 days past when they think it's supposed to come out. He looks pretty cool. He also does something special in the sun I'm going to try to check out. I can't do that for you like I planned because I didn't get home until it was dark because I spent all day at Walmart. That said, here's a look at the packaging. He is, of course, Magic Element. Swap Force ability is Teleport. Right here, Enchanted Hoot Loop. Let's ruffle some feathers. If that video uploads, you might say, hey, wait, I thought you said it was Whip Up a Storm. Funny thing, since that video is not live, I didn't mention it there, but I knew that was incorrect. And when I did the preview of the unboxing of the stuff Activision sent, I actually had several pretty sharp viewers come in on the video and on the blog, Twitter, tell me, hey, you know, that Hoot Loop, man, that's got the wrong slogan. And that is the case. It's nothing groundbreaking for the hardcore collectors. You'll probably want to pick one up. I kind of tore the packaging up pretty bad on that Hoot Loop, so I picked up another one, mainly because Toys R Us had a sweet sale. This is regular Hoot Loop. Whip Up a Storm, that is Free Ranger slogan. Enchanted Hoot Loop is correct. Let's ruffle some feathers. Pay attention to the translation there. Now, what I have here is Free Ranger. You can see his slogan, Whip Up a Storm. There's the translation. Hoot Loop, while he's got Free Ranger's slogan in English, has the correct slogan in the foreign language, which was interesting. The person that pointed that out to me was my 8-year-old nephew when we were at GameStop today picking up the Dark Edition. I thought that was pretty cool, very observant, particularly for an 8-year-old kid. He kind of thinks, you know, we have something, we go around, we say it's an epic fail. You know, I was joking around with him and I said, yeah, check this out. And he was looking at it and he was like, oh, wow, yeah, that's right. And then he was looking some more, and he popped up and he was like, hey, you know, the bottom part's right. And I was like, what? I didn't even think to look at that, so props to the walkthrough king on that end. That said, like I said, you know, Enchanted Hoot Loop, he doesn't need the 10-minute rant against Walmart. It's not his fault, but it does look pretty sweet. We're going to go ahead and get him out of the packaging. Coming up here, Hoot Shake, Hoot Loop, Hoot Charge, Hoot Ranger, your basic setup. That one does spin a lot looser. The Activision ones that sent out, they were perfect. I appreciate the little details. Here we've got, of course, Blast Zone, Washbuckler, Starter Pack people. Down here, the highlighted characters, Magna Charge, Free Ranger, Rattleshake, Hoot Loop, kind of like your Wave 1 swappers, if you will. Very cool box art. The box art thus far on everything has looked really, really good. Enchanted Hoot Loop, Swap Force Skylander, create 250 plus combinations, Swap Zone power is Teleport. What we're going to do now is attempt to get in here, and maybe not tear this one like I did the Activision Hoot Loop. On that factory error, it's something that they will correct, probably, you know, in subsequent shippings, you know, when they have to reprint the labels or something. So if you are a hardcore collector, it shouldn't be too hard to find, you know, the Free Ranger catchphrase printings. Go ahead, pick that up. If you keep them boxed or something, you'll have that, and then whenever they you know, correct it, then you can buy the correct one for your collection. It's one of those things, a lot of people that aren't even hardcore collectors for some reason always kind of get into that sort of thing. So just a heads up if that is the case. But again, I was surprised I had that many people that kind of caught that on the unboxing preview video. So let's see here. I went ahead and I'm actually I think the Hoot Loop video is going to upload. Like I said, it's been going for a day now. But what I did is I actually re-edited it at a lower resolution instead of HD in the event that it doesn't go or it fails. And in that one I've added the slides. I may just upload that one because if I don't, I know there will just be questions because a lot of people skip the descriptions. Again, this kind of tore. It seems to be like a really strong adhesive that they've used on this round. With the Giants, I've gotten to a point, I mean, you can keep these like picture perfect. A lot of people, they don't like the bubbling, the plastic part, because it makes it bulky and hard to store, but they want like the artwork side. The Giant stuff was coming apart really well. We'll kind of see how the Triple Adventure Pack, Battle Pack, all those other ones come out. Busting him out. There he is in his packaging. Again, note, no tape, which is very nice for collectors. We'll set that down. Underneath it, just like we saw with the Giants, we've got the stat card and the trading card. Or sticker sheet, I should say. The sticker sheet, you have Enchanted Hoot Loop, of course, with a name. The QR code, the web code, which I can't show you. Note, really hard to see. But there is not a part. That's why it's hard to see. This is going to be interesting. I made a point to spec this out when we unboxed Hoot Loop. Note how much bigger the artwork is for Hoot Loop. He has a parting line right there where you can, like I said, kind of pick your combinations, you know, Hoot Ranger or something. It's like two parts of the sticker. Enchanted Hoot Loop has like the regular Skylander size, and it's not something you can part, so that's kind of a point of interest there. That said, here is his stat card. 20 is your max level cap, so 200 is going to be what we go by. Power, 100 of 200. Armor, 100 of 200. Agility, 60 of 200. Luck, 200 of 200. Since we've got the cards right here, let's do a comparison. We've got 100, 100, 60, 200. They match exactly. Note, though, that the sidebar, Enchanted Hoot Loop, is highlighted, and they've got the colorings correct. Backside, exactly the same. Kind of interesting there's no bump on the card stat. It'll be... My big interest is whether there's a bump in the game. That said, I will hold this up here to recap his story for you. Hoot Loop was raised by a guild of magicians in Skyland's most famous traveling circle. At a young age, he perfected illusions and spells that only the best could perform, and he mastered the art of teleportation. It wasn't too long before he became the star of the show, and he was actually known as the Amazing Hoot Loop. One day, an army of Greebles disguised as clowns invaded. Their goal was to destroy the popular circus. At that point in time, Hoot Loop gave a performance that few would ever forget. He used his incredible powers to fight off the Greebles and save the circus. This, of course, garnered him the reputation and attention. Caught the eye of Master Eon, who invited him to be a Skylander. And as you might have guessed, Hoot Loop accepted. So, the way I like to open these, I like to get a firm grasp, actually on the bottom side, come in, it's nice and rounded, there's no sharp corners or anything, you're not going to like cut yourself. Just pull it down, and once again we've decapitated a swapper. I hope this happens with all of them, because you have to admit, it's pretty dadgum hilarious, but that's really the main resistance. I feel like if the magnets weren't strong, this would just like brush right back. We're going to go ahead and I guess take off, I guess it's still technically Hoot, but since it's Enchanted Hoot Loop, I guess if we want to be literal about it, we would call this Enchanted Hoot, and then we would call the base Enchanted Loop. We'll have to see how that all kind of goes on the game screen, but we'll go ahead and put them back together here. Very nice. Again, he is supposed to do something in the sunlight. I'm going to have to check that out for you since I couldn't do it today as intended. Base, of course, magic element. Sign there is a swap power that, of course, indicates teleportation. He is kind of adorned in kind of like a, I'd say black and white. I mean, it could be like a dark navy. I always have a hard time telling those two apart. Very bright yellow, as I think it's just because that's such a dark garb color he's wearing. He's got that same belt. He's got the magical aura thing going on. It's actually easy to pick up on it because it's not like that magical purple color. Right here, just kind of the tethers from the cape. He's got his flotation. I think what it is, you can actually see this kind of like white or silver ring. It's gold on regular Hoot Loop, but I think that's his teleportation ring we've seen in like all the preview videos. So he's probably actually, coming up from the teleportation. So that's pretty cool. Blue base once again. Silver accents. The staff is a little different. Instead of that royalty purple, it's kind of like a, I don't know, we can call that a crystal or semi-translucent type deal. Kind of matches his magical aura thing down here, just like a regular Hoot Loop. That brings us to this side-by-side comparison. In my left hand, Enchanted Hoot Loop, the Walmart exclusive, that if you couldn't get today, you might be able to get Tuesday. Sadly, you can't buy it anywhere else, but maybe at that point in time, the website would be a better option for you. They should get their act together, though. I mean, come Tuesday, Wednesday, as long as the stock's there, you ought to be golden. That's the question, though, is how much stock they had. I think it should be quite a bit, but you never know, and that's kind of what was bad about it today. Side by side, Enchanted Hoot Loop looks really good. However, I feel like with him being from the magic element, I kind of feel like regular Hoot Loop kind of fits the bill a little better. That said, this looks really good just for the simple fact that he is actually kind of has got more contrast between the yellow. Backside comparison, you've got the gold versus the silver. Again, this looks really good. It's just the regular version I feel like fits with his magic background and teleportation and everything. What we'll do now for you is we'll pull off Hoot, and we'll pull off Enchanted Hoot, and we will build Enchanted Hoot Loop, and we will build Hoot Enchanted Loop. If that has a weird lag, it's because the memory card maxed out there. In all honesty, I think it's just going to come out either way you swap these two around. It's going to be Hoot Loop. Not 100% sure. I'll have to actually put them on the portal, put them in the game. But essentially, I mean, just going by the technicality here, I mean, this is the enchanted end of Enchanted Hoot Loop, so Enchanted Hoot Loop doesn't really change. But then over here, we've got the regular version of Hoot Loop, which is Hoot, and then the enchanted version of Hoot Loop at the bottom, so you would have Hoot Enchanted Loop. But again, that's just, being particular. So if I had to guess, I would say that it's probably, going to register roughly the same. But, like I said, that's why we've got to introduce the characters. That brings me to another point, but I'm not going to cover it here. I'm going to try to keep this short. I've actually got videos uploading and they're going through, which means the speed on the internet must be slightly improving. That said, this was Enchanted Hoot Loop. We're going to go ahead and bust that off. Get him back to his natural form for you. I'm torn here because now the batteries are blinking and I don't know if I want to come through. Potential variations here, at least based on what we have unboxed. I think that'll be my justification for not doing it. I may keep these separate just because it would make all the videos ridiculously long. I'll just kind of, I guess, have a little series where we show potential combinations. But you get the idea. I'm just going to leave it at that. That last video, I kind of re-rendered it, a couple of them actually, and got them to go up. They both came up roughly 28-minute upload time. They took about an hour and 20 to 30 minutes. But the bottom line is they're going up now, so I kind of run with that. But what you get is Enchanted Hoot Loop. He is exclusive to Walmart. If your store doesn't have them out, they probably have them. Good luck trying to get them. Your best option might be to just order it online and have it shipped to your house. You don't have to deal with any of that nonsense. But you do get the sticker sheet with the web code. Interesting note, it's the small sticker like a regular Skylander, so you're not actually going to get the two-piece sticker. Stats on the card the same, but it is at least distinguished with the coloring on the character and Enchanted Hoot Loop. But I'm excited. Like I said, I think Hoot Loop is actually one of those characters I'm really going to like. We've seen quite a bit from him, and everything I've seen I've been interested in. But here these two guys are side by side, Hoot Loop and Enchanted Hoot Loop. This will be neat. We can kind of come in and compare them in the game as well. So stay tuned for that. But $14.96 something. I'm actually not even sure, to be honest, because it wasn't labeled. I feel like that's about right. Walmart, only place you can get it, if you can get it. Again, my personal advice might be if you're thinking you've had a train, you know, repeated events similar to what I described at the start of this video, just order it online, save yourself the time, and go that route. But doesn't look too bad. I will take him out in the sun. That'll be like a part 2 of this unboxing, I guess, kind of see what he does. But personally, I think this coloration suits the character better. However, we do need to kind of take him out and see what he does. So I'm excited to see that, and I would show you now, but it's really late at night. Thank you to my Walmart's not being managed correctly. That said, I will quit rambling again. This one kind of got messed up. Card ran out of space. Batteries are on the blink. Showered in between all that while videos went up. So I'll leave it at that. Enchanted Hoot Loop, though, looks really good. I'm excited to see exactly, not necessarily how he displays in the game, but then what happens when we're actually swapping him, if the enchanted segment stays, if the coloration stays. And I really don't know until we actually get to do it. So I will quit rambling so we can do just that. But again, thank you for watching. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. That'll keep you up with all the latest. And it looks like we are being overrun by Hoot Loops here. So I guess they will turn the camera off.